thank you for having me on your show, Shayna.
Excited to have you on. Perfecting the Kingdom International Church is the church, is the ministry you are head of.
Perfecting the Kingdom International Church. We're located at the Stonecrest Mall off East I-20 at the Fairfield Inn, 7850 Stonecrest Square, Lithonia, Georgia, 338. Service times are 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. and we'll see you there.
And so you all are doing a lot in the community. Now, you shared with me in the green room something interesting. You said, Shayna, I want to take the concept of God. He is real, but he's going to meet people where they are, even if that means the marketplace, meaning the job market. Now, that's something we don't hear a lot about. Explain, Pastor.
Yes, definitely. Well, I'm glad that you're touching on that, because I think that's a very important aspect of the outreach now in the end time. It has to do with the marketplace, and the business community is really where the church should be focusing its outreach in the professional side of it, because we're more focused on the inside and pretty much entertain each other, but we have to focus on the outside. So we have to do both. There's nothing wrong with the inside, but we got to focus on the outside for outreach. And so the Seven Mountains basically talks about, you know, the different aspects of cultures that rule the earth. And, you know, one is arts, one is government, education, et cetera, et cetera. So these marketplaces out here, we have people that are in our churches that could be impacting people in these professional settings and being an example and showing leadership in order to win them to the Lord. So that's kind of what the marketplace ministry aspect is about. And the Lord gave me a mandate when I first came here to Atlanta. He told me to come here to focus on the arts and entertainment aspect for the youth. And so one of the things that we did is I created, in addition to my new church, we've just been in existence a couple of years. We're out in the Stonecrest Mall at the Fairfield Inn.
Perfecting the Kingdom International Church. We're located at the Stonecrest Mall off East I-20 at the Fairfield Inn, 7850 Stonecrest Square, Lithonia, Georgia, 338. Service times are 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. and we'll see you there.
But one of the things that I do on the outside in the marketplace is my National Entertainment Technology Academy, where I train youth on the film and movie industry. So I just actually started my first pilot basically this summer, where I train kids on editing, filmmaking, and different aspects of acting, that kind of thing. But
our Georgia nonprofit, the National Entertainment Technology Academy, is located in Lithonia, Georgia, launched this 4-week summer training course for youth between the ages of 12 to 25 years old. The theme for the organization is "It's good for the youth, and our community can put the strategic plan together to make it happen." The class took.
Hi, Mr. Elijah. How are you today?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good, Amir. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm fine. I just have a couple of questions for you today. What was your vision for National Entertainment Technology Academy?
Well, the National Entertainment Technology is actually my nonprofit arm to my profit organization. And the National Entertainment Technology is the training component actually that's putting together these trainings that I'm doing, the 4-week courses, you know, where we cover editing, we cover script writing, we cover breaking down equipment, we cover lighting, we cover green screening and things like that, so that young people are able to pick up more points. This particular class, we're taking the students over in this film training class for the summer about the different languages that you use in script writing. So basically I was using the format of one of the scripts that I've written for one of my books, and there's different language that a script has to be in order for you to actually make a movie. So we're going over what those different things are. Cut to is one of the language. It might be OS, it might be interior, exterior, but there's a certain language that's out there in the movie industry. If you want to be able to dialogue with the movie industry in writing scripts and eventually producing, you need to understand the different languages of script writing. That's what we're going to review here with each of our students. All right, and we're going to go over that.
place between June 26th through July 28th of 2017. It was hosted at the Creekside Crossing Apartments in Lithonia, Georgia. The students enjoyed the course with a mixture of male and female participants between the age of 13 and 21 years old. Elijah Hill, the president and founder of the National Entertainment Technology Academy, taught the 4-week course on film making for youth in Lithonia. He is a qualified instructional technologist. They train teachers to utilize technology in the classroom. Mr. Hill has been a consultant for charter schools designing their computer labs to integrate technology into their school curriculum. He has a master's degree in educational technology for over 20 years experience in training in broadcasting and television production. His numerous awards include recently the White House Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award in March of 2017. To heighten the awareness of educational technology in his community, he hosted a panel discussion March 27th at the Hilton Garden Hotel in Lithonia, Georgia. He invited producers, actors, entertainment attorneys, models, and music producers to have a roundtable discussion on the topic of how youth and adults can access Georgia's $1.5 billion entertainment and movie industry. Here are some different testimonies of you that participated in the program to give you a highlight of what they have learned. Amina, as far as what would you like to do in relation to film, and how did this course help you?
Acting, yes. Critiquing myself is the biggest problem with me. So yeah, critiquing is key, and getting constructive feedback from other people, because I know they're not trying to hurt my feelings or anything, and I'm in a safe environment where ideas flow and they're just trying to give me constructive feedback. So yeah.
It was fun filming the movie. It was just really fun.
So when you did the filming side, what did you learn when you did it more than 1, 2, or 3 takes?
I learned how to get good angles, little things like that, just to get good details. So that,
like how to do close-up shots?
Yes.
My name is Kamaya, and I'm interested in this because I want to be a film director when I get older, and I feel like this will improve me.
Oh, wonderful. And where do you go to school? And
I go to Arabia Mountain High School.
oh, okay. And what do you like about this course that made you want to take it? What did you see that interests you?
I like that it's local and it's something that young people can do.
Hi, I'm Jordan Murray, and I attend Kennesaw State University. Today in Mr. Hill's film class, we're learning about screenplay formatting, and there are 8 major things that you should know with every screenplay. One of them is the header, there's the action line, there's the character ID, the character parenthetical, dialogue, the dialogue parenthetical, transition, over black, and title cards.
Well, it's glad to be here for one, and I'm from Maryland.
Oh, okay, you're from Maryland.
Yes.
All right. So how did you get here from Maryland, since we're here in Georgia and being a part of our film training? What brought you here?
Oh, well, I'm on an internship right now with Skyline Trucking. It's a business under FedEx, and I was just a little interested in filming, so decided to take the course.
All right, and where do you go to school at?
University of Maryland Eastern Shore.
All right. And if your youth organization or an after-school program or daycare would like the National Entertainment Technology Academy to host a filmmaking course at your location, call us at 770-744-1794 to register your organization for an upcoming class.
I feel that we as Christians, we have to be leaders out there in order to be able to guide them, because there's so much going on out there. And not the way you see it. Sometimes we'll kind of feel we need to run after them. I don't feel it should be there. I think we should be instituting professional concepts ourselves, so that we can lead, some of these kids and lead them in a more positive direction.
Yeah, I love it, because as you're speaking, Pastor Hill, I'm thinking of exposure. I'm saying here we are exposing youth to things maybe they wouldn't necessarily know about, editing and creative writing. And you're talking about the marketplace, because along the journey, and this being a father and a pastor as well, and being a community leader, leader, that you shared with me that one of the most important things for us to do is allow our children the journey to be productive, right? Because every parent's vision, if you will, is that one day they're going to get out the house and be on their own, right?
That's
and here
right.
you are
That's
saying,
right.
in the midst of that, we can expose them to positive things of God wanting them to be successful,
Yes.
whatever path that may be, and not just being introduced to that at 25 years old, right, when you're expected to get a job. You're saying
Exactly.
you can start early.
Yes, and you know, it's like it says in Deuteronomy, the 6th chapter and the 6th and 7th verse. It says there, he gave Moses an instruction, and he told him, he said that sit them down and teach them. You know, when you go in the way, when you're in the house, et cetera, et cetera. It was instruction that, you know, we do have to start the process early. So if we can reach out to them with things that they aspire to, their dreams and their visions, and begin to reach out to them, then we have a better way to guide them.
That's true.
Even back to the church, to be utilized, you know, in God's path from that standpoint. One other thing that I also created was, one of the creative things was, I have an internet broadcast called Elijah Broadcasting Network. Now, I created that specifically for the youth. So as I go out and begin to train them, what I'm going to do is then have it where we'll raise up producers, writers, actors, people that train in different capacities. But it's basically just to be able to reach out to the community and be able to show leadership spiritually as an outreach.
Wow.
You know, to them.
And that's powerful. That's a very powerful concept to our youth that are being shown. We just wrapped up a conversation with Davina Williams, and she was talking about the influence to be positive and allow our children to grow and speak life into them, if you will. I love also your addition to that conversation, because so many times, you know, kids are being told, well, tell me you want to be a doctor, or tell me you want to be a nurse, or tell me you want to be a teacher, which are all phenomenal professions, certainly. But you're saying we can also expose them to the other side of it. There's nothing wrong with being a writer, or being an editor, or videographer. Things that aren't necessarily traditional concepts that parents or guardians think of. We're encouraging our children to be successful long term.
And what I had found out, I had participated in one of the governor's committees with youth, and what we found out, we took a statistical piece with a lot of the youth that are at risk, and a lot of the statistics came back and showed that a lot of them are interested in like sports or entertainment, those kinds of things. And then they passed the time away with the cell phone and social media and things like that. So if we can create business concepts, and millennials are very interested, the XYZ generation. They're interested in technology. They were born with cell phones. They're used to this mode of operando. So the church has to become focused where we can cast the net on the other side and be able to reach out to them in a model that would attract them so that we can lead them and get their attention. So a lot of times, you know, they want to see if we're interested in the things that they're interested in. And so it's just casting the net on the other side. But I did have one piece I wanted to share with you. I think it's going to bless somebody on the program.
Please share.
Something that I shared Sunday at my church. It's going to be very inspirational. It says in that scripture in Romans 8:28, all things work together for the good to those that love the Lord, who are called according to his purpose. Now, that word purpose means prothesis. That's what it's translated at. The word thesis comes from that word. And actually, in the education realm, thesis is very important. That's how they clone and put degrees together, right, as an authority. But the word thesis comes from the Bible, okay? Now, purpose means prothesis. So it's like God is casting the future purpose of what he's going to do.
I see.
All right, so this is what it means. It's also translated in the Old Testament, shewbread. So when the Jews would get ready for the Sabbath worship with the Lord, they would set out 6 loaves on each side in the temple. The shewbread is God's purpose. It was like a prothesis. God is saying, this is what my intentions are. If anything ever happens, I'm going to come through for you. It's my purpose being projected ahead of time, like you would tell a teacher what your thesis is. So when David went in and ate the shewbread, and he was supposed to die because only the priest could eat it, then what ended up happening was he basically could dine with the Lord. He prepared a table before him in the presence of his
Okay.
enemies. So somebody out there might be blessed in such a way. You might be going through a hardship.
Yes.
You might be going through a stressful situation. You think that God's not there with you. But you just might be in a shewbread moment.
Oh, wow.
A moment where God is going to
Amazing.
prepare a table before you in the presence of your enemies.
Wow, what a testament. I mean, just certainly, because someone may be going through something right now. Perhaps they just got a demotion on their job. Maybe it's something they really wanted. Maybe there's someone young right now, 16 years old. They've studied very hard for that trigonometry test,
Oh,
and they
yes.
didn't pass it. Let's talk about that. As a pastor, you've counseled many people. You've ministered many people. Things don't always go as planned. Right? But individuals, people of faith and people not of faith, can handle that very different. Some
Right.
people can shut down. Some people were rejected. Some people can turn to substance abuse or other things
Yes.
to try to, if you will, numb that pain. How critical is it, Pastor Hill, for us to face the truth, but then make peace with it and include God in that process?
Well, basically, I think what a lot of Christians do with what you're pointing out, Shana, is we think that we don't go through the negative because we're spiritual. And
Okay.
it's totally the very opposite. Spiritual people go through bad things.
Okay.
And so the thing is, it's like the shewbread moment, going back to that. What it really means is that there's going to come a time when things are going to be negative, but God is going to be there for you. He's going to come through for you. And so we have to understand that we're not exempt from trouble.
Okay.
But we do have the Lord there that's going to take us through the process. So let me give you an example of the shewbread moment in the New Testament with Jesus. They were on the ship, the storm was raging. The disciples came to him and said, "Don't you care?" That's how we feel. See, that's how we feel.
Okay.
Don't you care, Lord? And he's asleep on the ship. He's in your life, but you're saying, well, Lord, what's going on?
Okay.
But the Lord knows that he's going to come upstairs and say, peace, be still. But only God knows the moment now
Okay.
that he's going to come through.
Powerful.
For you. Yeah.
So we have to stay steadfast. For a father right now of 3 kids, he's watching you, he's sitting in Atlanta Metropolitan. He's saying, I'm working 2 to 3 jobs, right? He's
Yes.
trying to do the legal route. Maybe he's
Exactly.
made some mistakes in the past. Maybe he's been incarcerated for those mistakes, but he's ready to go on the right path. But he's trying to do right. He's trying to do it the legal way, but he's struggling with not having enough money to take care of his kids and his household. What would be your words to this gentleman who may be fluctuating back and forth with temptation to go back to an old lifestyle that did not serve him well long term?
Yes. Well, what I would say to him is to be encouraged and to know that God is with you. And as David said, I've never seen the righteous forsaken nor seed bake bread. A lot of times we have to stand still and see the salvation of God. That means a lot of times you got to wait for the right moment. That's what a shewbread moment is. It's the moment that you have to wait, but only God knows the moment. But just trust him and hold on that God will be there for you. You don't have to take the other options because that's just a distraction anyway. And sometimes you got to come right back around to what's right. So it's better to just wait on the Lord and trust him and pray. Sometimes when you're in that time of stress, you just need to pray. You just need to talk to God and let God give you the affirmation that you need.
And you touched on something. You said, don't allow things to be distractions. And perhaps in the young man that I described that's watching tonight, or for someone else, maybe the distraction is individuals around them that's negative, or trying to pull them back into a lifestyle that they didn't want to necessarily be in, or one that maybe in the time they thought was okay, but they were seeing there were some serious consequences around it. How important is it to be around people of like-minded, as my grandmother would say, rest her soul, hang around with people that are on the same path?
Well, that's very important because a lot of times you're going to need a support base. And a lot of times people sometimes try to go through things alone, but you have to find people that you can trust, people that you can look to that can pour into you and that you can pour back into them. So a lot of times we think we're so strong, but we don't, trust.
And everyone needs somebody, right? Everyone does. What a great conversation. We're going to have you back on to continue this. But where can our viewers at home, or if they're watching us on the go or on Facebook Live, where can they go for more information about Pastor Elijah Hill?
Yes, you can go to ElijahLHill.com. That's my full name, ElijahLHill, all lowercase.com. Or you can go to the Elijah Broadcasting Network, all lowercase.com, if you'd like to participate in our ministry with the training piece.
Wow, so what a powerful platform with the ministry. But we are not done with Pastor Hill yet. He's actually going to do some live musical performance. That's a little secret he did not share. He's an amazing vocalist as well. So we're going to take a very brief roll-in break, and next voice you will hear will be the one and only Pastor Elijah Hill. Stay with us.
your children, and don't let them fall by the side of the road. And teach them to love one another, that heaven might find a place in their hearts. 'Cause Jesus is love. He won't let you down. And I know He is mine forever. Is in my heart. You got to walk on through temptation, 'cause He is love, and His wisdom will be our helping hand. 'Cause I know the truth, and His word will be our salvation. To lift up our hearts, to be thankful and glad that Jesus is mine. He won't let you down, 'cause I know He's mine forever. He's in my heart. He's mine, He's mine, He's mine, oh mine, forever. 'Cause I know He's love, He's love, He's love, He's love, He's love, forever. In my heart, help, heart. He's in my heart. 'Cause I know that His love is power, His love is glory forever. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. I want to follow your star wherever it leads me. I don't mind, Lord. I hope you don't mind. I want to walk with you, talk with you. I want to do all the things you want me to do. 'Cause I know that Jesus is love. I know. And if you, I'll show love in the world forever and ever and ever. Who can bring you love? Who can bring you joy? Who can turn your life around? Oh, Jesus, Jesus, yeah. Who will pick you up, ooh, when you fall? Who will help you to hold out a little while longer? Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Who will heal your body? Who will make you strong? Who will help you to hold out a little while longer? Ooh, Call him in the morning, call him in the evening, call him in the midnight hour. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
Affecting the Kingdom International Church. We're located at the Stonecrest Mall off East I-20 at the Fairfield Inn, 7850 Stonecrest Square, Lithonia, Georgia, 338. Service times are 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. and we'll see you there.